books in our series. Bear with me while I catch the new listeners up on the Marigold family history. Where's my 7 Nelly? I guess I'll break it in early. I don't need to hear this rubbish again. Long story short, I didn't always know of my extraordinary heritage. You see, my grandmother and mother had a falling out over our future roles in the supernatural realm. My mother made the terrible decision to keep my family's legacy hidden from me, but secrets always have a way of revealing themselves. And it's also just a nice way of saying one is covering up a lie. Nothing good comes from that. Sooner or later, the truth gets out. Not if you keep your mouth shut. See how that works. I can't say that Leo didn't have a point, but it wasn't like someone could conceal the generations upon generations of witches in my family, least of all my mother. It wasn't like we were the only ones around either. There was an entire coven out there somewhere. Anyway, can you believe I didn't even know about our family's legacy until Nan died of a heart attack on her daily walk this past October? Her untimely death had been a few weeks before my 30th birthday, leaving me with her house, a tea shop, and one heck of a discovery in this small Connecticut town. Don't forget me this time around, and please tell them to refer to me as Mr. Leo or Sir Leo. Either would be acceptable. A little respect would be a nice change of pace, given your predilection for familiarity. That's right. Nan also left behind her somewhat peculiar yet well-meaning familiar to help train me. That wasn't the normal process, in case you were wondering, but circumstances being what they were, I ended up with Leo. A familiar usually crosses to the other side with their host, but Nan used a form of dark magic called necromancy to prevent Leo from joining her in the afterlife. You see, she didn't want me to be alone once I'd found out that I was a witch and that my mother had intentionally hidden it from me. And in the process of nixing any chance of me enjoying my happily ever after, Rosemary didn't give one iota of thought as to how I would feel being left behind with an accident-prone, half-baked hedge witch, or leaving me looking like young Mr. Frankenstein's first attempt at pet reanimation. With that said, I'm used to modeling this fantastic bod now. GQ material all the way, including the grunge look. You can imagine my surprise when my departed grandmother's odd cat began to speak to me in words that only I could hear in my head. I literally thought I was losing my mind. You see, I can hear Leo in my head, though all everyone else hears is his meowing. Besides other witches, that is. It makes it rather hard to appear sane in front of normal people when I'm hearing a conversation that includes Leo's witty commentary. As for Leo's appearance, well, go ahead, tell them. If dead bodies haven't scared them away, neither will the fact that my whiskers are slightly crooked, my tail is rather bent, my beautiful orange and black fur has a few tufts that my tongue can't manage to smooth out, and my left eye is a tad larger than my right. It shows character. Yep, that sums it up. You make it sound as if dead bodies are popping up all over the place. I'll have you know that only 2 murders have occurred since I moved here, and one of the deceased didn't have anything to do with me or my lack of witchcraft mastery. You've lived in Paramour Bay for 3 months. 2 bodies in 3 months. You don't have to be good at math to figure out those odds aren't exactly mutually exclusive. Don't I get credit for solving those cases? I asked, closing out the cash register for Monday's meager earnings. Like I'd mentioned before, foot traffic had been rather slow since Christmas. Thank goodness for Nan's little black market side business and homeopathic blends of tea. The willing imbibers paid a premium price for those ingredients. You have to admit, I'm getting a little bit better at casting enchanting spells and recreating Nan's magical blends. You technically didn't solve either one of those murders. The answers fell into your lap. The cases just sort of unraveled while you were standing in the way, if you want the honest truth. You're just grouchy that Heidi didn't visit us this past weekend. Heidi Connolly was my best friend, currently residing in New York City where I used to live.